Diane lived and worked in Seacombe, just outside Birkenhead.
Hi. Are you okay?
21-year-old Diane Sindall was a florist. Residents of Seacombe were used to seeing her blue van making deliveries. She'd been engaged for 4 years, and she was planning to get married next year. During the day, she worked at her uncle's greengrocer in Seacombe, just round the corner from her flat.
Hiya. Are your steak pies hot?
Red hot.
Oh, go on, give us one then.
Okay. Oh, well, she used to come in every day, you know, for a pie, a hot pie. She used to go to market early in the morning. So she used to count, you know, how much everything was. But I mean, she was saving up to get married. It's only natural that you're careful. I mean, I was at that age.
Yeah. She was a very nice girl.
It was something that shouldn't have happened.
No.
For the past year, she'd been earning extra money, working 3 evenings a week at a pub called the Wellington, just outside Birkenhead in Bebington. On the evening of her death, it was, as usual, about 11:30 by the time the pub had been cleared up and Diane was able to leave.
Absolutely starving, yeah.
She said she might pick up something to eat on the way home.
I don't know, I think I'll stop off and get some fish and chips.
By 11:45, Diane was in her blue van, heading towards home. It's a 5-mile journey back to Seacombe along the old Chester Road. 2 joiners were working late in a car accessory store at the junction where Diane had to turn left into Borough Road, Birkenhead. It was about midnight when one of them saw the blue van stop. A short time later, the other joiner saw Diane leaving her van. It had run out of petrol. Diane set out along Borough Road, walking away from the centre of Birkenhead in the direction of Tranmere. She might have been planning to call on a nearby friend for help, or she may have been heading for a petrol station half a mile away, or perhaps she hoped to pick up a taxi. After that first sighting by the 2 joiners at the auto centre, the second sighting was a few minutes later, further along Borough Road. Crossville Bus Company driver Gary Lamb on his last run of the night.
I was on the last 87 bus from Parkgate, which leaves Parkgate at 11:30, and that'll get me down to Borough Road about midnight. What I seen was a young girl just before the 42 bus stop on Borough Road, and she seemed to be looking in a bag and turning round as if she was looking for a bus. There was definitely no chance she'd get a bus that time of night.
Then a third sighting within yards of the bus drivers. It was soon after 12:10. A taxi driver looking for fares.
It was around about 12:10. I was driving along Borough Road. 10 light on Borough Road. As I passed the garage at the bottom of Argyle Street, I saw a couple ahead of me. When I passed them, I noticed they were arguing. The fella put his hand out towards the girl. They appeared to know each other, but they were definitely arguing. It was as if they'd been to a club and then, you know, had a fight, and then were walking home together, you know.
Further along Borough Road, a couple driving home saw her near the junction with Whetstone Lane. As far as we know, this was the last time she was seen alive. The mystery is that Diane's body was found in an alley 150 yards back along Borough Road. Had she walked back, or had somebody driven her back? The next day, Saturday the 2nd of August, around noon, a local woman was walking her dog. Diane's body was lying only yards from Borough Road. 2.5 miles away at Bidston Hill that Sunday, 3rd of August, Anne Loven and Jim Foster were exercising their dogs. As they walked down a path near Viner Road North, they noticed someone had started a fire. Jim found a bag, a pair of blue jeans and some other clothing still burning. There was also a charred page from a Barclays paying-in book.